How's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good in your life and you are enjoying yourselves, right? It's not always easy, but I hope you're trying. Today's video is... Oh, the camera just dropped. Today's video is about giving up football coaching after 12 years. I called it a day. Enough was enough. I had some great times, I had some very difficult times too, but I decided to have a change of direction. Things change in life, time moves on, and you self-reflect, you self-analyze, and you know when it's time to either change career, change company, move home. You know when that time kind of comes. And I should have done it 3 years earlier, but COVID slowed things down, had to restructure, and it wasn't easy. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly do a video on leaving youth football, moving abroad, and starting an AI company. But I just want to make this video more about youth football and why I got into it, what I did and what I loved and what I miss and what I don't miss. But it was a passion, it was an interest. I've always loved football. I still love football to this day. And I just wanted to do something that I was really passionate about and I enjoyed and I loved it. But it ran its course. So it all began, it must be 14, 15 years now, with a guy called Corey Donahue. Here he is, my first ever football instructor. He worked for the FA. I did my first ever coaching badge known as Level 1. And he was the course instructor and really inspiring guy, top man out of work as well as in the workplace. And I'm very lucky that I had such a great first instructor as an introduction to coaching in football. So big up to Corey Donahue if he ever watches this video. I don't think he ever will. But if he does, big up to you, my man. And yeah, he got me even more motivated than what I was already hyped up when I first went onto my course. I couldn't wait to get started, and Corey definitely motivated me even further. So did my first coaching badges, and then I started a small soccer school called GFA, and this is the club badge that we designed with my uncle, who's a designer, and we also designed a GFA Grasshoppers badge for the really young kids that start off when they're 4, 5, 6 years old. And the plan was to have from age 4 up to 21, and we would do coaching, we'd charge money for the coaching, and then the kids would then go into teams and we'd run a football club as well, and they'd compete against other teams in leagues and in tournaments. And the best players, we'd try and help them get scouted and progress into professional football academies. We even had like kit launch days. We'd really tried to make it professional. And we had a partnership scheme with Nike as well. We teamed up with Nike, who provided us with the kits. And again, my uncle who designed the badge also designed all the images you're seeing at the moment. We had a team of coaches, as you can see on the screen now. This was the pre-coaching team meeting. This was the team night out. We used to do these once in a while. And I was really lucky to have so many just brilliant coaches, not just good at coaching, but just great people. Even to this day, even to right now, as I'm making this video, we've still got a WhatsApp group called the GFA Coaches Group, and we still chat and we banter and we just go at it, and it's a lot of fun. They're a great group of guys. Big up to all of them. I still stay in touch with most of them. It's not always easy because people move on in life and go in different directions, but yeah, good bunch. We had all sorts of teams, like I said, from age 4 to 21. These were one of the oldest teams, the 18s, and Then we've got the really, really young ones when they were 4 and 5 years old, bless them. Most of the players, this is how it starts off, right? 4, 5, 6. Then you see them 10 years later, they're almost grown men, teenagers, closing in on 18. Completely different to these young lads. But that's the journey that they go on. One of the things you don't see when someone's a football coach is what goes on behind the scenes. And there's a lot of graft and ball ache. For example, my garage was always packed with deliveries, boxes, equipment, kits, cones, balls, nets. And I'd have to unpack it, organise it, get it ready for the new season, make sure we've got enough equipment for all the teams. And this is what it was like every single year. Just look at the mess I had to deal with. And there's me sitting there in the garage, pumping footballs. You know, this is what parents and players don't see. They don't see this. I'd sit in the garage for about 5-6 hours just pumping balls, maybe 2-3 days in a row. You know, we had about over 300 kids at one stage. We grew into a really big soccer school academy, and every player had to have a ball at their feet, which meant at least 300 balls. And we had to have spares. Then we needed extra balls to run drills, and then we needed balls for the team. So, you know, you're talking about 400-500 balls easily. And yeah, it was ball ache. I'm not going to lie to you. No pun intended, ball ache. And of course, my car got absolutely ruined, cramming it with goal components and goal bags and respect barriers and cones and poles and nets and spare kit and hurdles, you name it, right? My car, on a regular basis, got absolutely whooped. And, you know, you'd pack it, you'd unload it, you'd move it. It was, of course, we had storage in different facilities, but, you know, you still had to move stuff around every once in a while. And yeah, this is what a lot of people don't see. They don't see all this part of it. We had end of season presentation nights, so all the trophies had to be ordered, named, tagged, unpacked, set out all nicely to make the presentation look professional. We had to get food in, caterers. We even had bespoke little GFA cupcakes, which was a nice little touch. And, you know, this is all part of running a well-run football academy and soccer school that parents and kids wanted to be a part of and coaches wanted to join. People turn up to a match and they expect everything to work. Referees to be there, pitch to be set up, corner flags, linesmen, the opposition to be there, all the admin in place. What they don't see is the prep that goes into it. Same with training. They come, they do 2 hours of training, they go home. They don't see the garage, the organising of equipment, the pumping of the balls, running around, loading up, unloading cars. All of that no one sees. Even organising a presentation night, it's not easy. It's an event, and the presentation nights, we'd have 600-700 people turn up. So all the kids, the mum, the dad, the granddad, the auntie, the cousin, you name it, grandma, everyone, brothers, sisters. Met some great people on the way, some parents, some dads, some mums and dads, and even a couple of famous people. Melvin from Radio 1. He came down. The boy there in the middle was a relative. So, you know, you'd meet the odd so-called famous person as well. And we grew. We built a really good academy. You know, we were a good setup. We were. And then you get invited to professional football clubs to play. This is Barnet Football Club. I'm there. This is Tottenham Hotspur's academy with one of my players, and then his team played Tottenham Hotspur's youth teams. We had me in the Tottenham Hotspur auditorium, pretending that I was the manager of Tottenham there. Yeah, when these opportunities come, you've got to grab a little photo shoot, take advantage. Who do I think I am? And through going to these pro academies and meeting people, you'd be introduced to recruitment officers and coaches, and slowly, we began to feed players into pro clubs. So, just to give an example, we had boys, this lad, he signed for Cambridge United from our club. We had another player, for example, signed for Stevenage Football Club. So it was always nice when you saw one of your players move on to bigger and better things and try and break into that pro scene. You knew that you played your part in trying to help. Now, whether they go on to become professionals or not, that's a different conversation. That's out of our hands. Our job is to at least open the door and try and get them in there. And hopefully we've coached them well enough so that they get signed by the academy and they're given the opportunity. But what I loved the most, what I really enjoyed the most, is when we used to win. And I mean win trophies. Youth football isn't about winning. It's about development and developing players. Can you improve players? Can they get signed up? Can they progress? Not just as footballers, but as good human beings. But I always found the happiest moments was when a team won a tournament, when they won a league, when they won a cup final. Everyone was happy. Coaches, parents, kids, families, and we won a fair few trophies. So this is Charlton Athletic Stadium. We won a tournament there. That was a great day, that was. We had teams that used to win in local cup competitions. This is one of our younger teams. They won a cup competition. We had teams winning at Loftus Road, QPR, Queen's Park Rangers. I think these are the under-13s, winning a league title, winning the Potters Bar United tournament, Camden Youth League tournament. So literally, this is all over London and outside of London. And all age groups won. We had a lot of success as a football club. Just looking at these pictures now, it's memories. This was the infamous parents versus coaches matches. At the end of the season, we used to have a fun game of parents versus coaches. This is the one season, right, that we lost to the parents. I couldn't believe it. We were distraught. We absolutely cocked it up. And we'd always present a trophy to the winners, and they won it that year. And the parents were so happy, right? They were so happy they beat us. Living memories that weren't achieved as a child. And there's the guys, the boys at QPR. So, I decided to call it a day. I did it for so many years, and I just wanted something different. Something a bit more remote working, something a bit more financially rewarding, and something that would allow me to have a bit more freedom and flexibility to be wherever I want in the world, as opposed to always having to be at the training ground, always having to be at that facility or always at that pitch. But it was great. It was great times. Anyway, I'll leave you with this video. It was a tournament that we won. And I was so happy we won it, because sometimes youth football gets a bit silly and coaches get cocky and teams get arrogant. There's one team we played, they were so arrogant. They were so determined that they were better and bigger. And we were 1-0 down. I'll never forget this. We were 1-0 down in the cup final. And we equalised in the dying minute, right? We equalised and it erupted. All the parents were going wild. Blimey, what's going on here? It's kids' football. What's all this about? And in extra time, we won it in extra time. And it was one of the most satisfying feelings, because just sometimes, and I know it's kids' football and I shouldn't say this, but listen, this is the truth. Sometimes you just want to shut some people up for being the way that they are. And we humbled them. That day we humbled them. And I was so happy that we did it for the kids. I was so happy we did it for the kids, because they sensed it. They sensed that the other team were being arrogant. some of the comments, some of the conversations we had. But anyway, it was a great day. I was super satisfied, super happy with them. Everyone went home happy that day. And I got in my car and I couldn't help myself. I I filmed this video and then I sent it to the parents in the WhatsApp group. So I'll leave you with this until the next video. Peace. We've done it again. We've done it again. GFA Tigers, we've done it again. Yeah.